Hey guys, how are we doing? So welcome to the Dad Show. This is episode 7 and this week we have got some eye-openers for you. We're talking a bit of negativity and negative effects within your life. We're talking actually being a parent and dealing with that, and we're talking about what's expected of the modern man. Okay, so just before I start this week, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has bought the book so far. It's A State of Mind. I think it's been something like over 300 sales from what I gather, and it's now on sale all over in America. It's on sale in the UK. We're going on sale in Australia as well in a couple of months. So if you haven't got a copy, this is a really good book that I wrote basically about how I got myself out of a rut in the trenches and how I turned my life around, I guess. And it's a lot of guys that have read it have really been able to relate to it, have really been able to use it as a tool to help them with the future life and the vision of their life and what they're really standing for at the minute. So if you haven't, Christmas ideas, bang, get this on Amazon. It's 25% off in a minute. It's like £8. It's like £8. And the amount that you can get back for it is huge. Okay, so I want to talk negativity and what prompted me to talk about this subject this week was that I wrote a post during the week about I guess anxiety and the troubles that we have as guys of getting through life. And one guy wrote, it's very difficult to be able to talk to friends that are 35 plus, 45 plus, because they're so interested in just themselves. And I thought that was really kind of a sad state of affairs, really, to be in. And I think that if we can really look around us, look at the circle that we hang around with, and ask yourself whether they bring a positive impact to your life or whether they bring a negative impact to your life. So I'll give you just an example. I guess if you're on your social media feed, your Facebook feed, and you make a comment or you make a post, and down your feed there are people that are kind of like negative, or you trying to make something that's really important, and other people are kind of bringing you down, or you're talking to your mates about trying to change your life and they're trying to drag you back down the pub, and it's kind of like that negativity that is stopping you from doing what you want to do. And they say that the 5 people that you hang around with kind of reflects your persona, your attitude, your mindset. Now, for me, my top 5 people or my top 5 friends within my circle are positive. They're outgoing. They tell me straight exactly what life is and whether it's a good idea or not. And they keep me grounded. You know, are your friends around you supporting you, helping you? Are they encouraging you? Are the people within your lives creating a positive effect, or are they creating a negative vibe that's actually bringing you down? Because when you keep seeing negative, and everywhere you turn is negative, guess what you're going to be? You're going to be negative. So when you look around you, look for positive influences, things that inspire you, people that inspire you. And if that means ditching friends, if that means like dumping people because they are not a positive factor in your life, it means you do that. Because you only live once and you can't tag on to somebody that is bringing you down. You have to make those changes. So what I would urge you to do is have a look around you and kind of look at those relationships that you're having with friends or work colleagues or family, whatever it might be, and have that chat. And you don't even have to have that chat. You just step away and look for the light and where the inspiration is coming from for you to be able to live your life. Okay, parenting. Now, I'm not a parenting expert, but I've got 3 kids ranging from 6 months to 12 and a half years old. And I definitely am struggling slightly because my daughter now is 12 and a half. She wants to be with her mates. She's not daddy's girl at the minute, and it's a very tough time for me personally. And I've got an amazing relationship with my boy, who is 10. I've got an amazing relationship with my 6-month-old. But it's almost that it's come early that the oldest, Angelina, is spreading her wings and flying. And it's really hard to deal with, and I'm really interested in how people cope with this and whether I'm the only one who really goes through this type of thing with the parenting. You know, you want to go out for the family day, but they want to go out with their friends, and then they get angry with you when you ground them, and then it's like payback. It's like, I'm not going to talk to you. And because we live in two different households, half of the week they're with me, half of the week they're with mum, and me and mum have a great relationship, and we talk and we work together to, you know, try and rectify it. But it's I guess it's real life parenting, isn't it? And it can affect your confidence or your outgoing on life, because you've brought your daughter up, you've been really close to her, there's been lots of loving and cuddles and lots of, I guess every Saturday night we'd all sit down and watch a film and have some treats, and that's slowly changing, and I guess we're trying to evolve as they grow. And you know, I'm sure that later down the line she'll come back to me, but I'm very interested in the comments below and whether you're experiencing this or whether it's something that you're going through as well. And how you deal with it. You know, how do we deal with it as parents? We just have to adapt and overcome, don't we? And I'm always talking about adapting and overcoming with a situation and kind of rolling on with it and flowing with it and see how it goes. But when it's super personal, when it's one of the most important people in your life, it's very difficult to accept. Okay, so I was having a think this morning when I was driving to take a class, and I was thinking about the modern man and how drastic. If you take it back a couple of years, and it used to be the modern man is very happy with his job. He drives off to work because he knows he's going off to support his family. He's coming home to a loving family, and they live a perfect life. And it's just almost utter bullshit, because you know, a lot of guys that go to work are, I would say, large majority are so stressed out with work. I think a large majority of the anxiety and depression issues do stem from work routines and corporate life, and there's such a lack of inspiration in the modern man. And I feel that lack of inspiration is what's stopping us moving forwards with our life. So I write it in the book here, look. So it's right in the title there, look. Stop existing and start living. And I think so many people are just existing, just like I call it lemmings. And if you ever go to London, or if you work in London, you just have to stand at London Victoria, right in the middle of it, and watch everyone walking. Like, no one's paying attention to anyone else. It's just like lemmings. It's like an ant farm. Bang, they're just going off to do their thing. And there's so much stress and responsibility on the modern man now that he's finding it hard to cope with family life, looking after himself, having some vision about where his life is going because of like the corporate life, because of work, because of stresses, because of affordability and laziness, and you know, I think within this modern day, we have to rectify that. And I guess that's what my mission is to change one person's mindset each day, and to realize that it's not about that work or that stress at work. And I know you've got to earn a living, and I know you've got to bring home the bacon to keep the house, to have a family life, but it's how we cope. It's how we build coping mechanisms of the modern man. It's how we have vision, and it's how we inspire ourselves so that we have some self-inspiration for ourselves to become something amazing, because it's never too late. It is never too late. You never pass the hill, because there is always a turning point for you, always. And I think you have to find it. I think you have to, you know, this might help, something might else help, this video might help. But you have to find something that's gonna turn your life around, and that's down to you to soul search and be honest with yourself. And I think you could probably find a happier modern day man if you had a little bit more self-awareness and were a bit more proactive. It might not apply to you, it might. So, but it's worth thinking about. It's food for thought. You know, what does the modern man really? I'll be interested in your thoughts in the comments. What does the modern man really like have to deal with in this day and age? What do they have to deal with? What do you have to deal with? What is driving you insane? Comment below. Okay, thanks for watching. Please do drop a share if you've watched it all the way to this end. Share it with someone that you think that might need it. I'm also interested in comments below in exactly what you're struggling with, something that we can, points that we can deal with, and so that we can help you build up your week and get fired up for the Sunday night, ready to go for the week.